Good afternoon. It's almost 1 o'clock and I just came downstairs not too long ago. Woke up at 9, meandered about, went on social media, checked some emails, and then I took 3 different Peloton classes, so about 70 minutes worth, did some sit-ups. Had to talk to my principal through text message for a while because we're gonna meet tomorrow. Showered, got dressed, and made a smoothie. This time I added some kale to it that I had left over, so we're gonna see how this tastes. The color is definitely different, so let's see. I mean, I can taste the kale more than the fruit. So I don't know if that means I put too much kale in it, but it's doable. Again, I want mine to be really sweet, like almost like I'm having a dessert and not a smoothie. I still haven't bought any protein powder or gone and got some of the other things that many of you have suggested to make it sweeter. That will come with time and with thought, because I'm still debating on what I want to do with smoothies when the school year starts. So that's what's up. I'm just sitting down right now because my body really just needed to sit down, because those 3 workouts after I was done, I was pretty tired. I will be leaving not too long from now because I have a dentist appointment at 2 o'clock, really just to check my teeth in the whitening process, which reminds me I need to make sure I know how many syringes I have left. And I'm also probably going to drop off the pair of glasses that I bought from Warby Parker not too long ago and see about getting the prescription put into those, and then I'm gonna come home. I was going to work on planning some history things now that I finished reading most of that book. I started a little bit last night but didn't get very far, but since I am meeting with my principal tomorrow, because he texted this morning, which I'm glad, like I'm very proud of myself, because I was really starting to lose patience, because I emailed my principal a few days ago following up on some stuff related to the house system and things and questions I needed answered, and he didn't respond to it. And I was just about to message him yesterday and be like, did you get my email? Are you gonna answer it? And then I said, you know what, it is summer, I need to like be patient and learn some boundaries. And I'm glad I did, because he texted me this morning and said, when do you want to meet to talk about the next steps? So I'm meeting with him tomorrow morning at 9 before my Orange Theory class. So I just want to make sure I have like everything mapped out so that when I meet him tomorrow, I can very clearly state what I think needs to happen going forward. So that will be my priority. I don't think that's going to take all day, and then I'll work on some history instruction while using the Making Thinking Visible book, because I definitely want to start integrating that into the plans. So that's what's on the agenda today. That's really it. I feel like I'm forgetting something though. I don't know. So if it comes to me, I'll obviously pop in later, but I'm just here to say hello, start the day. So yeah, smoothie. I'm just gonna rest for a minute and then get up and put on some real pants and leave. All right, it's 3 o'clock and I just got back from getting my teeth checked for the whitening process and getting my glasses dropped off so the prescription can be put in them. So as far as my teeth are concerned, my teeth did go up a shade. Can you guys tell? They did go up a shade, but like we decided that I'm not using enough because she was expecting to see more of a result. The good news is, and I felt really good about myself, is that she said I had nice teeth and that they were already pretty bright and that there's really only one shade higher than where I'm at right now. So she asked me if I was having any issues, and I told her I was still having some issues with the syringe, and like the first push always gives me a lot of the solution, and then after that I'm doing the little dots. And so she showed me really how to use a syringe. She said you're not really pressing on it, you're almost kind of like shaking it until you feel like the product release. And so she showed me how to do that, and then I practiced on a syringe because she did give me 2 replacement syringes since I've had so much trouble with it. And then instead of putting dots, she wants me to put like a row and then make sure it's getting spread in the little section. And then she said when I put it on, I also need to make sure that I'm like pressing it on my teeth. So she said that, and she said that she could tell my gums were a little bit irritated. They do tingle every now and then when I put it on, and she said that's normal, but it always goes away. So that's good. So I'm going to go back in 2 weeks just to do one more check, and then we'll be good to go. But I'm definitely not using enough. I have more syringes left than what I should at this point. So she wants me to keep up with an hour a day for another 2 weeks. Glasses, got them dropped off, and I'm always just like, oh. When I find out the cost of getting the lenses put in, it's just, like I said, I don't have my prescription memorized because it's so atrocious. It's not worth me committing it to memory. There's no purpose in it. And this one was not covered by insurance at all. This was just me wanting new glasses, and this was, I was going to say, this is how I chose to treat myself after surviving last year. I think I've treated myself in multiple ways. It's just something that I wanted to do. So I got those dropped off. Those will be ready in the next 7 to 10 days. The person that was helping me, she was nice, but she's not the person that has helped me the last couple of times, who I really like, because that person's really calm. You feel very confident in that she knows her stuff in terms of glasses. This person, I think, knows what she's doing, but she just has one of those personalities that she's really like skittish when she moves. Do you guys know what I mean? Like people that just like the way they move about seems like they're always on edge or they're always rushing, and that makes me feel like they're not like taking their time. So she kind of made me a little nervous, and there was an issue with the register wasn't ringing things up correctly, but we got it done. And then while I was there, I picked up 2 items on my iPhone, so this is a little difficult. These Windex wipes that I have, I keep these in my bathroom because I get really annoyed when water splashes on the mirror in my bathroom. So I always wipe my mirror and the countertops with this when I finish. And I needed some more of this facial toner. So this is what I use after I wash my face with cleanser. I'll use this to kind of tone it. I don't even know what that means really. And then to get any residual makeup off. So that's it. Now I'm going home and I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna work. So check in with you later. It is now 7:20 and I have been working, let's say for at least 2 hours on leadership interview materials. So I went through like the documents that I created and I like made sure everything was good to go. I altered a few things like the materials that we'll need to kind of track how students are doing during the course of the interview. Made a couple edits on some of the things I worked on earlier when school first got out. I just emailed everything that I think the assistant principal that's going to be helping me conduct interviews, as well as the 2 staff members that are going to help. I emailed them everything that I think that they'll need and kind of explained that to them. I also made a list of all the things that I think I need to discuss with my principal tomorrow when we talk about the next steps for the house system. I emailed him that list in case he wanted to see that before we met in the morning, and that's pretty much it. I know that I still need to look at the interview materials one more time. The one thing that I'm like not sure how I want to handle is there's a part of the checklist where when the kids are doing the team building activity, someone needs to be actively watching how they're doing it and taking note of a few things that they were required to do ahead of time. Like, are they wearing a name tag? You know, how are they interacting with students? And so the 2 staff members that are helping me, I actually want them to play the game with the kids. So I need like 1 more person or maybe 2 more people to just observe everything as a backup. And so I've been trying to get some student volunteers from last year's leadership class, but with people's summer schedules, it's challenging. I'm gonna reach out to a couple more students, but I also asked the assistant principal if campus support was gonna be on campus next week because I believe summer school starts next week. So that's something I still need to kind of fine tune and figure out. But I'm gonna take a break from that. And the other thing I forgot to tell you guys while I was in the optical department at Target, waiting for like them to take all the measurements on the frames, there was this woman in there, and I really wish I could have gotten my camera because I wanted to film her. I was in a different section of the area, like the optometry lobby area where the glasses are and people are getting fitted and picking up their new glasses. Like I was in a separate room getting measurements done, but I could hear this lady just talking, and her conversation started by saying, I'm not one of those QAnon conspiracy theorists, but, so of course, like my ears perked up, and she was just going on and on about her political views and telling the woman she needed to vote and that we needed to get rid of the governor and we need to do this. I was just like, ma'am, this is an optometrist office and you don't even know this person. So, but it's never a good thing when someone's opening line of conversation is, I'm not a QAnon conspiracy theorist, but. So, but the employee handled it really well. Like she just kind of was like, oh, okay. And then was really good about like cutting her off and saying, okay, blah, blah, blah. So that was interesting. But I'm getting ready to WALK. Can you guys see him? Where is he? Little Riley Roo there. He's been like antsy, like just sniffing around all day. And then I'm gonna come home. I thought he had something in his eye. I'm gonna come home, edit, and probably work on history stuff, like give myself a break from leadership. But I do want to show you, I put on Instagram, I'm too lazy to reach over here and get it. I'll show you an image on Instagram, but my friend Megan from Too Cool for Middle School created this culture board that she used with her class last year. I want to say she used it with their 6th graders, and it's different. It, like, the slide itself helps kids to differentiate the difference between race and culture and gives them a very brief and accessible definition of what culture is. And then she gives them different categories to describe like what their cultural practices are in relationship to that topic. So for example, one of the topics is independence, another one is money, another one is relationships, another one is chores. And then the kids pick from that list and describe what cultural practices their family practice in relationship to that topic. So I made mine last night because I'll use mine as a sample, and that will be one of the first things that we do with history instruction, is just talk about the concept of culture and race and the difference between those two, because those come up quite a bit when looking at US history or just history in general. So I made mine last night. I'm too lazy to get the laptop and open that for you, but I did post it on Instagram, and I will put an image up here at some point. But that's all the more reason why you should be following me on Instagram, because some things end up there but not over here. So yeah, I'm gonna take him out, edit, eat, and then maybe do a little bit more work or do some work on history. But make sure to go to bed on time because I have to get up early. By early, I have to be somewhere by 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the vlog here.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
My phone has been recording all that. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here, but if you enjoyed today's vlog, please give this a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go over there. And as always, I hope that you are well. If you're not well, please be well. And I will see you tomorrow.